Hey everybody, it's Scribe here. Wanted to put out a quick little video about a bill that's sitting on the governor's desk, waiting to be signed. That really got me thinking about ABATE of Florida and what we do. And it raises a question. How long have we, ABATE of Florida, been fighting for motorcycle rights, for safety, for awareness of all motorcyclists across the state of Florida? I know it's been a long time. It's been decades now that we've been fighting for all motorcyclists. Well, for years and years, we've been trying hard. We've been working very hard to get the Florida Legislature to help us in our battle to promote motorcycle safety, motorcycle awareness, and to prevent the needless deaths of motorcyclists from, cage drivers. We've done everything right. We've done everything the right way. We've contacted our legislators. We've educated them about what ABATE of Florida does, what our mission is, that, we want to promote motorcycle safety. We want to protect motorcycle rights and promote awareness of motorcycles to the general public, so they can be aware of us and not run us over and kill us. We've done everything. We've done everything, the right way. We have had bills introduced for the last, must be over 10 years, probably 15 years, to help protect the vulnerable road user. And when we ask for the protection of the vulnerable road user, it's not just motorcyclists, it's bicycles, it's pedestrians, it's those who ride horses, it's all of those who have the legal right to be on a roadway, on a lanes of traffic, to be out there going about our way legally and safely. But all too often, we've had many of our friends, neighbors, brothers, and sisters ran over, killed. Like I said in a video a while back, why we fight. So please go back and check that out and more detail. You'll hear from the families of those who lost sons, daughters, fathers, of why we fight. But so that's why we want to protect the vulnerable road users. But we like I said, we do everything right. We also try to get back a small percentage of the motorcycle safety awareness money that each year when the motorcyclist owner registers their motorcycle, that they pay a $2.50 fee that is supposed to go towards motorcycle safety and awareness. This creates millions of dollars each year, and we just ask for a little bit of that back, a small percentage of that back, to where we can educate the public, take that money, and 100% of that money that we've gotten in the past from the state goes towards motorcycle safety and awareness. It goes towards educating the public. None of it goes to ABATE of Florida. But I'll do a video on that soon about that. But right now, I want to continue on with the thing that's kind of in my craw. When we talk to the legislators all year long, we get a lot of lip service from them, especially when speaking face-to-face with them. We get all kinds of promises from them. Oh, Lord, we get promises from them. They, especially during an election year. Oh, you get an election year, they will promise anything to you. We've all heard it. You've heard it. I've heard it. They'll sit there, they should nod their heads. Yes, that's horrible. That's horrible. We need to do something about it. Yes, I would vote for that bill. You have my support on that bill. We need to do something. But that's during the election year. Once they get elected, what happens? Nothing. We've got a couple of good legislators that will back our bills, that will sponsor them, and we appreciate that. We have some good legislators that do try to help us and do everything they can to help us. But again, Each year seems we get nothing. We do things the right way, but we get nothing. No help to prevent loss of life. No help to provide a little bit of more penalties to those who kill us. And as most of you who are watching this know me, know that I'm a pretty calm guy, rational, easygoing guy who rarely gets ruffled. But something has happened to me yesterday and today that got me a little ruffled. Remember a few videos ago when I kind of talked in a lighthearted way about a strange bill, House Bill 221, where if a piece of a spacecraft or a rocket falls on your property, you have to give it back or you'll get your hand slapped, you'll get in trouble, but you can't keep them anymore. And I kind of thought that was an unusual bill. I'm thinking, bills happen for a reason. So, how often do spacecraft parts and rockets fall on people's property that there has to be a bill to get them back? So, I kind of, smiled at that and thought, okay, that's interesting. Well, it seems that bill, House Bill 221, has made it all the way to the governor's desk. It's sitting there right now waiting to get signed. It's made it through the legislative process, the House committees, the Senate committees. It made it to the House floor where every single legislator, except for one, voted to pass this bill. It made it to the Senate floor where every single senator voted to pass this bill. And, that's fine. That's all. That's good. Except for when I started reading about the bill. And that reading it got me thinking about all that we've done to try to get the legislators to help us save lives. So you may ask, okay, why is this getting me ruffled? Well, it's a fine bill. It's a good bill, and I'm sure that it's needed. I'm sure it's really needed. But in a little bit, I'll explain why it bothers me. The purpose of House Bill 221 is to make it illegal to keep any parts of a spacecraft or rockets that may fall onto your property. I did learn that some enterprising people with boats would go out into the ocean and pick up the pieces that fall into the ocean, take them home, and sell them on eBay. Okay, that's, it wasn't a crime at that time, but it is now. So I guess you cannot go out and scavenge for it. You cannot keep it if it lands on your property. So to prevent that from happening, this bill was quickly written up and made its way through the process, quicker than any first-time bill that I can remember that's made it through. And like I said, it's sitting on the governor's desk. So what's my problem with this bill? Fair question. It seems like a decent bill after all. I have no problems with the bill. Okay, it's expensive equipment. It's not yours. You need to return it. You need to, let the authorities know where it's at. That's fine. My difficulty with this bill and with the legislature is that the failure to return a piece of the spacecraft or rocket, or even to report that a piece of spacecraft or rocket has fallen onto your property, is a first-degree misdemeanor theft charge with a penalty of, this is it, a penalty of 1 year in jail or a $1,000 fine. So I start thinking back to all the people we've lost, all the brothers and sisters we've lost, all the stories I've read, all the family members I've talked to that their loved ones were killed by drivers who were legally at fault for the collision that killed the innocent person. Accidents happen, like I've said before, but there's sometimes when a person makes an illegal turn, crosses traffic, knowingly makes an illegal turn, knowingly crosses traffic, runs over motorcyclists, knowingly does not look properly to see if somebody's coming, runs over motorcyclists. And they get off with, $100 fine. Some we've seen, $60 fines, some a little slap on the wrist, and maybe they have to, I promise I won't drive for 2 weeks, for a month. I promise I won't get in my car and drive. Yeah, we know how that goes. So that's what gets me irritated. How many years have we tried working with the legislature to pass a bill that would increase the penalties when a driver kills us? But the legislature, they simply will not help. We've tried to get jail time in the beginning, but the legislators told us, no, we don't want to do jail time because that costs the state money. Okay, that makes sense. But now all of a sudden, if you keep a piece of metal from a spacecraft that landed on your property, or even you fail to report it in a timely fashion, you could go to jail for 1 year. You could get a fine of $1,000. This I just don't get. But, God forbid you don't report a piece of space junk. Yeah, they have no tolerance for that. We will not tolerate that, says the legislature. Run over a motorcyclist. Okay, here's a $100 fine. Promise not to drive again, and see you later. Oh, this is the third time you've ran this red light. It's the third time you've ran that stop sign or turned illegally. And second time you've hit somebody. Oh, okay, maybe let's go $150. But promise not to drive. See you later. But God, this is what gets me mad. This is what gets me angry. And another thing, if this piece of space junk that falls on your property, it's on your property, so you are, according to this bill, responsible for it. So if it plummets from outer space into your yard, and while it's in your yard, it gets damaged somehow, possibly not from the plummeting to the earth, but no, it gets damaged while it's on your property, you are responsible for payment of it to the company. So let me see here. A piece of wreckage, a piece of rocket falls off of a spacecraft, a rocket, lands in my yard. Okay. I don't see it, accidentally run over it, or something happens to it. Okay, they come out to get it. They see that, wow, it's been damaged. What's on your property? All right, Mr. Brooks, you owe us $500,000 for this piece of equipment that you damaged. Yeah. But hit and kill a motorcyclist, we'll let you off. You'll be okay. So the reason this bill was done so quickly is best summed up by a quote from the sponsor of the bill, Representative Tom Wright from New Smyrna. He said, "This just helps to allow those companies that are here and others that hopefully will be moving here to feel more comfortable and like we're protecting them." I wish the legislature felt the same way about protecting the vulnerable road users and making us feel comfortable about our safety out on the roads. Now, I get it. The legislature wants the companies to come down here. Aerospace, aerotech is big money. They provide a lot more money. So they are willing to do whatever they can to protect their property. And I get it that some things that fall to the earth might be reusable and, could be worth, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But how much is a life worth? How much is, a voter? I mean, this is a voter. How much is that worth? To the legislature, it's not worth anything. So it definitely is profit over people, money's over motorcycles. We need to do something. We need to get their attention a little bit, maybe in a little bit different way. But it's plain to see that the legislators we talk to, they give you the lip service, the nodding, that's important. We need to protect bikers' lives. Oh, be sure to vote for me. Be sure to vote for me. And then I will never see you again. Good luck getting a hold of me. So, yeah, that's what got my rant up. They can fine jail time. They can fine a $1,000 fine for somebody who keeps a piece of space junk. But, don't worry about running over a motorcyclist. Even if you were completely wrong, don't worry about that. After all, we have to protect our business. So that's what got me upset. I may be wrong, but anyway. So be careful who you vote for. Know that when you speak with the legislature or any of your local legislators, that, they say things to you. They say things to us. But history shows that they haven't helped. This year, our bill for the vulnerable road users wasn't even heard in either committee in the House or the Senate. Nope. They don't care. They don't care that we're getting injured. They don't care that other citizens are being injured. They don't care. I mean, I don't know why they weren't even heard. Why wasn't the bill even heard? If they care, they'll say they care. You go to a meeting after the legislative session when they're speaking to people. Oh, yes, that's very important. Yes, I cared. No, they don't care. If they cared, they would get our bill heard. They would at least give it a fair chance. Give us a fighting chance to talk about the bill, to talk to them about how important it is. And don't get me started on the safety money, because that video is coming out next. See ya.